Welcome back, everybody. This is Glockman4519, and I am back with another ROM overview. This one here is OctOS, and it is for the Nexus 6. This is the latest update, just so you guys know. So we are going to run down here real quick, go to About Phone. As you guys can see, this is Android version 6.01 for the Nexus 6 Oct version, or OctOS version, M weekly, and this is 520 build. It does have the latest security patches. I am running Despair kernel with this, only because I'm testing Despair right now, the latest version of it. I am sure that the OctOS kernel is just fine to run on its own. I've never had an issue with it in the past. Let's move on. It's a little different the way they have their ROM set up. In order to go to their normal custom settings, there are a couple ways you can do that. First off, if you go into your app drawer, you can actually go ahead and run the Tentacles app, which will take you into their custom settings. The other way you can do it is if you go into settings and you go to About Phone. If you scroll down to Build Date and just touch Build Date one time, it'll bring up the same same OctOS custom features. This is going to be what we're going to focus on right now. And then when I'm done with this, we'll go through some of the other settings because a lot of you people that watch my videos want to see those settings. So those of you that don't want to hang around for the longer video, when I'm done with these, you can move on. First off is About OS or OctOS. This is going to give you pretty much information on the team, the crew. If you scroll over, talks about their supporters, donators, people that have donated to the team. If you scroll on over, then of course they're going to have the extras. This is where you can get your OctOS wallpapers, Phase and Oct Sun, and I'm guessing those are. I'm going to have to dig into that. If I go to the Oct Phase, see what this is all about. I'll let you guys go for the ride with me. Maybe. Well, anyways, I'm going to find out what the Phase and the Oct Sun is all about, and I will let you guys know in the description. But again, I like to touch on this feature in the custom settings. It's there, and it's just as important as pretty much all the other features. First off, you're going to have your app circle bar. This is a feature I like. You basically enable it. Include a bunch of apps. I'm only going to pick some random ones to show you how to use it. You would pick OK, then you would pick your trigger width, trigger height, and position. And then when you hit it, you have this like semicircle with all of the apps that you just picked included. It's a really nice feature to have. It's a quick way to get to those apps that you use most often. It's just a feature I think is really cool. I'm glad that they include it. Next up is going to be buttons. Navigation bar is first up. You have your left-handed mode, show arrow keys while typing. That gives you where you can move the cursor wherever you want it by hitting the arrow keys. You're going to have your button and layout. Basically, hit the edit button, physically move the buttons where you want it, and hit save, and you're good to go. I am going to move them back. Then you have your double tap to sleep, recent long press action. Then next up is going to be your power menu, or your end call on by hitting the power menu. Press power button twice for camera. Then of course you have your volume buttons, wake up device, control your music apps, stuff like that. This is going to be total control over your volume buttons. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything there. Gesture Anywhere, if you guys use that feature, here it is. pretty much you can set it for wherever you want it, left or right edge. Add, remove the gestures that you want. Basically, you add your own little gesture in there. It'll go into the little sidebar, and that's how you would use that. Kernel Auditor, it is built right in. Again, I am running Despair kernel, so I'm not going to go through that feature. This is about OctOS. Although Despair kernel is running very, very smoothly with this, again, guys, the supplied kernel will run just as good. And remember, they do not support any bugs that you may give to them if you are running other than their kernel. So remember, if you're having a bug, reflash the ROM using their kernel. Then, if you're still having an issue, then you can submit a bug. Then, of course, we have lock screen settings. You set up your swipe or PIN, password, all that. You have your smart lock. Under general settings, you have your live lock screen, your lock screen message if you want one, lock screen shortcuts, and display music visualizer. Under miscellaneous tweaks, toast icon and wake lock blocker. If you guys are into setting wake locks, that will be where you set that up at. Power menu, this is going to be where you can add or remove items from your power menu. Of course, you do want to tick on the advanced reboot option. This is where you would do that at as well. Next up would be the privacy settings. There is privacy guard, block caller list, and the protected apps. Recents. You have your immersive. I do like to run in full screen, but you can go with pretty much anything you want. You can show the search bar. I'd like to see a memory bar included in this, but it is what it is. I do not use the search bar. I just don't use it. Then, of course, you have your location, and I think they give you the 6 positions. Yes, they do. Then, of course, you can use Omni Switch if you like. That is there as well. Next up would be your status bar settings, clock, date, battery, all that. Your status bar icons, you can pick and choose what you would like to have included in your status bar whenever they're on or off. This would be how you turn that on or off. That is just for the icons. Then you can turn the greeting on if you want. You can put a custom greeting in if you'd like to do that. Then you have your time contextual header. Next up would be clock and date. I have mine set for center. Then you have AM, PM, and date if you guys would like to run with that. There is no coloring of it, but the theme I am running, which is neon colors, does color the status bar, which is awesome. You know me, guys, I hate white in my status bar. This theme is one of the very few themes that does color the status bar for you. Let's see, next up would be your battery status style. You can pick and choose what you want with that. And just so you guys know, 3-minute battery mod does not work with this. I have tried it. I did try just loading the 3-minute resource, the 3-minute resources APK as well. That did not give me the offline battery icons either. So if you want it, you'll have to go to the Nexus 6 thread for the 3-minute battery mod and ask those guys, and I'm sure they will build a zip for you. Next up is going to be your battery bar, and I do like a battery bar, so I do run with that. You have your brightness control, by putting your touching the status bar and sliding. Shows notification count, traffic indicators. You can have that set up. I didn't do it yet, but normally I do like to set this up. We'll go with a different color than what's up there right now. And last but not least, you have your quick pull down. You can have it for right, left, or off. Next up would be your show SuperSU indicator. Or no, I guess this is your actual SuperSU app. system profiles, and then last but not least are your themes. Again, I am running neon colors. They just had an update today too. It was just released about 15 minutes ago, and they did a lot of work to some of the black on black settings, words, letters, and it's looking great. I really do like this theme. This is one of my favorites. You know me, I have a lot of favorites, but this is one of my top. Right there at the very top. The theme chooser is working very, very well. I'm not having any issues at all. And then all the way at the bottom, you have where you can hide the tentacles launcher from your app drawer and access it the way I just did here. Again, remember to get to that, you would go to About Phone, scroll down to the bottom, and touch Build Date. Alright, that takes care of the tentacles. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go up and start from sounds. We'll run down through real quick. They are pretty standard. Here are your other sounds. And your vibration control at the bottom. Display and lights. You have your adaptive brightness, rotation, ambient, all that's there. Double tap to wake, double tap to sleep, sleep control, cast, wallpapers, LCD density, which by the way is perfect. I'm leaving it right where it's at. Font size, you can change the font size if you would like. I'm going to leave it right where it's at. It's working great. And of course your battery light options and your notification light options. I'm not sure what this is. Sounds. I guess they have this in two different places. Let's see here. Oh, no, no. I'm sorry, guys. That was my bad. Let's see. Let's go under security real quick. Have your unknown sources. Of course, all of your other security features all the way at the bottom. Remember, that's where they have screen pinning and your app usage access. I don't think there's anything different under language and input other than I am running the brand new Google keyboard. I have a video out showing you guys how to install that. It's pretty cut and dry. Really, I wanted to just showcase the new keyboard. I think it's pretty awesome. You guys ought to give it a try. Last but not least are your developer options. You have your OEM unlock, which is if you guys are, unlock bootloader, running a custom ROM, blah, 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 you are pretty much OEM unlocked. You have your root access, Android debugging. Make sure you guys have that on. This is going to save your life if you run into a wall. And I mean, not literally, but if you have an issue flashing something and you can't get back to where you need, or if you have to pull some logs, ADB is the best way to do it. Of course, they do give you local terminal and your bug report shortcut. And if you get down to drawing, you're going to have your multi-window mode. And then all the way at the bottom, of course, is going to be your kill app last button. Kill app back button. Sorry about that, guys. That's pretty much it for all the settings. I am running a wallpaper that I got off of OctOS's Google community page. The one that comes stock with it, I will put that on for real quick. We're going to go down to themes. I will go with the system default and I'm going to uncheck everything except wallpapers. Accept wallpapers and click the apply. Then when I go home, this is what the ROM is actually flashed with. So that's what you're going to be greeted with, and it's pretty cool. Also, they do have their own launcher, and I will show that to you. It's called LM or LTM launcher. I don't know if it's their own, but it's what comes with it. It's pretty cool in its own right. You can you add as many screens as you want. The settings are pretty cool. You do get quite a few settings. You can use under general. You can use different icons if you want. These are the ones I have loaded. I'm running modern Android theme right now. But that it's nice that it allows you to run custom icons. You guys know me. I usually run Nova Launcher. That's what I'm going to go back to. And let's see. I also sorry guys, my bad. Get back to Nova Launcher here real quick. All right. The other thing I wanted to show you is how to add things to your drop down or your quick menu, because this is a CM based ROM. The way you get to that is edit tiles, add tiles, and all you do is pick what you want to throw on there. Volume panel. We'll add another tile. We'll go NFC. Add another tile. I'm not going to add them all. I'm just showing you how to do this. You can also move your tiles around. Let's see here how they have this set up. Basically, just grab a tile, move it where you want it. Okay, maybe not. There you go. See, that's how you do it. And then when you're done, if you scroll all the way to the left, you should find a done button. Oh, right here it is. And you're done. That's pretty much it, guys. This is OctOS for the Nexus 6. I am running with the new Google keyboard. As you can see, I've actually got an OctOS wallpaper behind it. I just think the new keyboard is awesome, especially when it comes to theming. If you guys liked the video, give it a thumbs up. And I want to thank all of my subscribers, and I will see you guys on the next one.